Okay. I do not have my class today, so if needed, we can go a little bit over time too. So
Ooh, not too
if
much, but I'll see what I can do.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. All right. So all right.
And the,
So
Let's rue
back.
along among the roosters. I
Okay.
mean, he
So
does have roosters, so.
okay. So back. So from where we last left off, our heroes after an impromptu a spinning session arrived at Baldur's Gate. Um, in the attempt to find out where the cultists were keeping or transporting their treasure. Um, they were told of a contact within Baldur's Gate. Uh, that would tell them the best method of tracking the cultist group if they were perhaps to leave Baldur's Gate by means of caravan. Arriving at Baldur's Gate, they were suggested by a few locals to go to a particular stable known as the Stamped Mare. Um, by telling him that all pack animals were not allowed within the bounds of the city, mainly because the streets were really, really confined, and that would be spelled disaster for by means of traffic jams and whatnot. So he suggested to go to the Stamped Mare, the safest, um, the safest stable around these parts, because Baldur Gate has a reputation of allowing anyone into their gates. And by anyone they mean like everyone from nobles to poor people, to scoundrels and thieves. Um, they arrived at the Stamp Mare, and after realizing that the owner has a means of magical protection, they decided that it was the best bet to leave their horses there. Albeit a little bit more on the expensive side, it was worth it to prevent their horses from being stolen. Um, after traveling around, or traveling through to the northern part of Baldur's Gate, where their contact was located, um, the heroes noticed that they were being watched, as they were the newcomers in town, and as they were traveling through the harbor area of the town. Uh, and then JJ through through another memory recollection, realized that these people were likely members of the underground organization of an underground organization whose name escapes me. I'm tired right now.
Centauri.
Yes,
Centauri.
Zentarium. Oh goodness. Okay. Um, After making a few hand gestures to wave them off, saying that JJ had some information regarding or he lied about having information about a late delivery of some kind. They the mem or the Ayers left them alone. Eventually, they did they did arrive. They did arrive to the Black Gate, which was the northern part of Baldur's Gate, and eventually they did find their contact within the. They did find their contact within the city. Who happened to be the owner of a
Blacksmithery.
Or of a smithery that specialized in repairing the various merchant carts as well as traveling supplies for the caravan up north. His name was Akin Sullivan. And after endearing themselves with one of the merchants, he who identified himself as a halfling named Lasvis Longnose. They were able to meet with their contact, who through him identified which merchants were looking for guards, so they can keep a better eye on the cultists' carts. Who they later realized that although they were slowed down, the cultists decided to send one cart ahead to keep the merchant's caravan stable staying in Baldur's Gate for a few more extra days, while the rest of the cult caravan caught up, disguising themselves as another rather larger merchant group. After bribing the caravan head, you will be staying within town for a few days. And after going through a few names, the three of you decided, Rue and Selena decided to see if they can get hired by an exotic bird merchant named On Evanmore. Virgil decided to meet up with a very secretive rock gnome traveler named Radicare Perathun. While JJ decided to travel back into town to see if he can't get more information from the Zentarium. And that's where we left off. So again, JJ,
Yep.
as if I recall, last game you wanted to see if you wanted to find any members of the Zentarium
Yeah, that's correct. But
that you recognized from your previous visions.
And I wanted to check out if the elves are still there that we last time spoke with.
Okay.
You remember? Yeah.
Make me a perception check.
Perception. Okay.
Yes.
12.
Okay. So you unfortunately due to the wide amount of the large amount of caravans and the various races and people that cart them, you are unfortunately not able to find the wood elf traders that you were hired by last time.
Moon elf, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That they were carrying wood. moon elves that were
Oh,
carrying wood.
moon
Yeah.
elves. Yes, moon elves that were wood traders. I apologize. Yes.
Ah.
Um, that were exotic wood traders. You
Mhm.
do not see them. However, um, you do see within this entire you do see within this Centarium. Make me a wisdom check real
Straight
quick.
with yeah.
Yeah.
P.
Okay. And I will say you be and it's not a difficult it wasn't a difficult roll, and I'll give you advantage on that because it was quite a stark revelation. Um, you you remember the wood elves. Um, the Centarium guards that you fought. Um, one guard in particular, calling one particular member of your group rather nasty names. But that group member getting retaliation by completely humiliating him. Um, and him saying out the Zentarium will heal of this. That was the leader. Um,
The
you
Brawley guy.
yes. You um you see who appears to be you recognize him. That um he was one of the looking back about an hour or so ago. You recognize that he was one of the group that was eyeing your
Mhm.
party earlier.
Okay. And I'm gonna approach again with the sign language, the thieves' cat, that I am here to share information.
I
If
don't
they,
I don't recognize you. Who are you?
of course, you don't recognize me because that's my first time in the city. I come from far, and I'm here to talk about lacking distribution of the goods that you are awaiting, which are now very late.
What goods are you referring to?
Black market.
Make me a persuasion check.
Mm, yes.
Kind of kind of thinks for a moment.
Mm,
Raises his hand in a signal, and at once you are surrounded.
mhm,
Um, you are surrounded. Uh, you are surrounded by three guards. Um, not none of them being openly hostile, but glancing around, you do see the glint of a dagger in one of their hands, but quickly
mhm.
being held underneath a cloak.
That's okay.
Your information better be good. Come with me. And he leads you. He escorts you into one of the local into one of the harbor
Houses.
into one of the harbor harbor
Warehouse.
taverns. Yeah, harbor towns. Um, known to the harbor one of the harbor taverns. You see if I can known known as the Blooming Bride. All right. Going inside, you see that this particular cavern is not one of the cleanest. It's not one of the most cleanest, but it's presentable, and you can see that it's a customer here and there, especially considering that it's early evening. He leads you into one of the. He leads you into one of the back rooms.
Mm-hmm.
And before long, excuse me, you hear and about 10 minutes go by before a very imposing figure approaches you. Make me another wisdom check with advantage.
Okay. I suck at wisdom.
Okay, but with nine, I'll say it was a rather important memory, so the DC wasn't that high. And once again, you are hit with a flashback or recollection of memories. You recall your previous encounter with Unthar Thum.
Mm-hmm.
The order of the Gauntlet Leader from Elturel. You recall asking him who to contact within the Zentarium regarding more shady activities, and you remember the you remember the code name of one of the higher contacts within Baldur's Gate, known simply as Dogmeat.
And was this discussion in this campaign or the one previous?
This was in the previous campaign.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I hope he's still saying.
You recognize this. This was. I believe you had. As far as I believe you had contact with him.
Mm-hmm.
You had contact with him in the previous game, so. Look.
Would I be able to recall any of the Zentarium that I had contact previously to any campaign, as in my home city where the goods are delivered? I might mean not the guy who was doing the deals, but would it be possible to remember a name from that time?
Like from
Both
regarding.
parties. Yeah, I believe that our party was dealing with Sanitarium in goods, and because
I believe the deal that was made in the previous game. As far as I recall, it's been a long time, but I believe I believe the deal was is that they had, or it was just you that talked to them about this. I believe in the previous game you made contact, and in return to their particular information, or in return to the information that you were asking for regarding where you came from, they know about the particular treasure. They know about the treasure being stolen by the cult, and they wanted to know where it was going. Kind of like where on Darfur, they want to know where it's going as well, but for their own purposes. And I believe that was the or something regarding that. I don't particularly remember the specifics of the deal that was made, but
I do get where you're coming from, but what I meant was, because of my own shady group from the other city, had to deal with Centarium in they're dealing with stolen black market goods. We are giving it to them for the right price, and since they're not coming for obvious reasons for some time, I'm here to feed them some false information maybe about everything. And
so
then get something
you're
out of it.
trying. So you're trying to act like as a representative of your.
Yes, that's correct. Sorry, I was not very open on it.
Okay.
I just want to see how it's gonna play. But it will reveal itself during the talk.
Okay. Okay. I gotcha. Okay. Well. Okay. So if that is the case, make. Actually, let's see. You would know this. Okay. So you recall. So you recall that although it seemed like an ages ago at this point, you do recall that when when dealing with certain people. When dealing with certain people from the outside world, yes, there was a few contacts. A few contacts that you had access to. When one, let's see, one was a dark elf male. Let's see.
Just make it the guy from Curse of Strahd.
Okay. Okay.
Stuart.
Yeah, we'll do that. But all right. So, but in any case, so all right. So, the name, the dude simply going by the name of Dogmeat said. So, you claim to have information regarding goods.
Yeah, I'm gonna flash them my own insignia, the pin of the silver tongue, and that should be pretty obvious. Show them where I'm coming from.
Okay.
The insignia of what?
Of my own group.
With that, he kind of sits back. Well, I must say, we don't come across your group that often anymore.
Well,
especially one so far from your, especially so far away. Don't you and your group tend to stick a little bit more, close to Waterdeep?
Yeah, that's correct. But we had some dealings, and we were about to ship your group a big shipment, but we had some problems, not the group, in our own home. the Iron Ring, to be more specific, the slave traders. And that's the reason why the goods are not delivered yet. And I'm here to give more information and to make amends on that matter. I'm also here to share other information that might be of more interest to you. Just to keep up the good relationship we had in the past.
I'm listening.
Okay. Now, as I said, the goods are now delayed. It might take some time, but the goods will be delivered. And any magical item that has stepped on our lands, anything you want will be delivered. But our only concern is that the Iron Ring might be tried to steal these goods, and we believe they are also keeping tabs on your group, just to be aware of. And the other thing is, I'm pretty sure you heard about all the ransacking of the gold around the smaller towns here. And I'm pretty sure,
though I'm familiar.
and I'm pretty much sure that you're interested in these goods, gold, silver, or whatever they are. And I'm here to share that information. And I do believe there's a way that you can take a big cut out of it if you want. Still interested?
Roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
Maybe deception? More?
Or deception check with advantage. I apologize. Yes, deception check with advantage. 25. Okay. Kind of sits back, hands deep in thought. Well, normally I would be very suspicious of an individual who just so happened to come, insignia or not, especially one who claims to be a representative of a fallen group now that another group has been taken over.
No, they have not taken over yet.
However, your group has been good to me and has been good to our organization in the past. So long as my shipment does arrive on time.
Well, on time, I told you it will be delayed. That I'm sorry of. There's nothing I can do. But with shipments traveling through the sea, it can happen. But if it's not arrived, we will compensate it.
Do you have any? Do you have any evidence of that? Do you have a sample of this? A sample of the various poisons that I've ordered.
Poisons? No, I'm not the poison master. I do deal in magical goods, magical items, and gold mostly. That's my section. And me being here is just to ensure the trust that we have built upon each other over the time. And don't misunderstand. If you deal with the information that I give to you, it's also a good thing for my group because they are also the opposition group. Iring is also in cahoots with these dragon cultists. Where do you think they get their slaves?
Slaves, what are you talking about?
Yeah, the dragon cultists are dealing at these times a lot of with slaves. I'm more surprised that you didn't know that.
Hmm. Slavery, bad for business.
Definitely.
Hmm.
It takes out the fun of stealing.
Hmm. All right. Well. All right. Who do you go? What do you go by, stranger?
Just call me JJ for now.
JJ. I will remember that.
Yeah, you'll remember that
In
too.
any event. Okay, so my shipment was delayed, but by your word will be delivered, although you have no proof of it being delivered. Although you claim what's this about the cult caravan?
Yeah, I can give you an exact location where they will coming from, where they're going, and estimate rough number of how many there are and their connection that they already made in Baldur's Gate. And if you can gather up your mans, powerful group enough to strike the caravan before they enter Baldur's Gate, I believe you have a big chance of stealing most of what they have at the moment.
It's
It will be harder after they leave Baldur's Gate because then they will be in caravan. 150 caravan strong. No, sorry, 50 caravan strong. It will be much more harder than striking now.
all right. A lot of a lot of a lot of information that you are just so freely giving out.
I'm not giving them freely.
What do you ask in return?
Well, the main point would be if you can strike them, it's gonna take a big chunk out of their finances, and then they will not be able to deal with the eye ring, and that's good enough for me for the moment. But I'm more than willing to hear any other information you can give me on the group that if you have any, because it seems like we will cross paths with them in the near future more often.
This caravan, how many days travel are they from the city?
Well, to the caravan master, they have left 2 days. They have still 2 days till Baldur's Gate, and they might be coming in parts, just 1, 2 caravans per entrance, so that they don't get rolled around and make a big target. But that would be even better. And the biggest thing you should look out is for people in purple robes, because they are the leaders, they are the officers of this group. And there was specifically a woman leader that you should take an eye out. I believe she will be also among one of the caravans. If you can spot them, that's your card. Should steal anything you find. you can find in them.
I will definitely keep this in mind. As for your request, as for your request, you're the first representative of your organization I have seen in quite a long time. Until now, I wasn't really aware that your group is in the process of being taken over.
No, we will handle all part. That's what I'm here for. And well, you would agree that we were good for your business also, with all the magical weapons, with all these daggers that we provided on various occasions.
Well, if this is the case, if and he emphasizes he emphasizes this, if your word rings true, I will seek out what I can.
Mm-hmm.
Although that amount of treasure so close to the city, that'll be difficult in and of itself to bring to acquire.
Well, you know that
bring me. See. Either you bring me some sort of token or evidence that these are in fact part of this cult, or if one of my scouts brings back that information,
okay, just watch out.
and we will talk more about information.
Now
Again, if this is true, you know that we will take advantage of this opportunity.
Well, it's up to you if you believe it or not. I will give you the name of one of their leaders. It's Ulam. It's a woman, all in purple. She is carrying a heavy polearm with her. She looks more man than woman, to be honest. And I believe any other official from them is also in purple attire, and they have these dragon ornamented swords on their belts, and they're carrying a lot of gold with them. Gold, silver, trinkets, you name it. And it would be a really, really sad occasion if you just let them by without taking out your cut for entering your domain. And what I suggest is I'm gonna leave the city very soon, because like your organization, there are other counterparts that are waiting to get our goods, which will also be delayed, unfortunately, and I have to bring word to them too. So I'm moving forward till Waterdeep. But if you can
Wait a minute. You are telling me that is supposedly these merchant carts that are chock full of various valuables that will be of great use to our organization, and you're telling me just to let them walk past my city.
No, I'm telling you, don't let them walk past your city. Grab anything you can. The gold is therefore taken. If you get my point. It's up to
Okay.
you. I cannot decide how your organization moves. Maybe you're more into assassinating political figures, but a little bit more gold can do no harm to any organization. There are people to bribe, there are prices to pay, and if you want other goods besides your group, gold is always handy.
Alright. Well, you better be right about this.
Well,
We will keep an eye on these so-called carts. And if they are what you say, we will get our cut our way.
yes.
And if it is as you say, you are leaving the city within a few days. How if you are leaving the city within a few days? How will we be able to contact you?
Well, you have your people all around the city. I'm pretty sure you will keep your tabs on me. So that's how we deal within the organization. I'm pretty sure you'll find a way. And if not, you can just direct me to somebody of your organization in Waterdeep. Would that be okay?
That's right. That's where you're heading next.
Yes.
All right.
It,
These
it's closer to home.
you mentioned that you are traveling with a group.
Yeah, I find a group where I can blend in, and I'm probably join the caravan as a guard, since I don't have any merchandise with me to pose as a merchant. Unless you have something to deliver to Waterdeep, I could be your merchant then. But if not, I'm just going to join as a guard.
We don't have any. We don't have anything worth trading at the. We don't have anything trading to Waterdeep at the moment. The only shipment that we're waiting for is your merchant of poison that I'm expecting.
Okay. Yeah.
However, he nods. He nods to the god that brought you in.
Mhm.
Kind of gives you a searching look. Go ahead. Let's see. Let's see. Go ahead and make me like just like because of like the overall conversation of. Go ahead and make me another deception check with advantage. Okay. Okay.
I can lie.
Right. Yes, you can. Uh, okay. All right. Well, see if it like this. Well, again, we're not transporting any goods. However, he points again. He points to the guard that's bringing you in. Uh, we are we don't have goods to sell, but now that you have arrived, information. As a means of maintaining our relationship and also ensuring that your word is indeed sound.
Mhm.
If you mentioned that you are looking for work as a guardsman, well, just so happens that we are doing the same thing. We have a small unit that's going to be posing as guards for one of the caravans. You may join them, and you will be able to transport your particular information that way. Both of our information. You can acquire both of us can acquire what we need at Waterdeep, and also as a means of making sure the shipment is indeed coming.
Mhm.
I say it's a win for everybody.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, and you better be right about this. I don't normally put so much faith into a person I've only just met.
Yeah.
Should your information prove false, there will be a massive debt that will need to be paid.
Yeah. Okay.
With that, he signals for you to leave.
Well done, gentlemen.
All right.
Leave. Yeah.
Okay, and all right, and it's around this time that everyone has returned after being successfully hired as guardsmen.
So did we split the party, or will we decide if we all join?
I
Same.
mean, we all split
I
to
believe-
find the job.
Virgil found a job. Virgil found a job with a secretive rock gnome. Selena and Rue found a job with the fancy and exotic bird merchant. And JJ will find his job in regards to the
Posing as the guards.
yeah, with one as one of the Zentadian guards. Okay, so the three of you return. The three of you return to the elf maid tavern, I believe is what it's called. The
We
singing elf maid.
quickly.
Something like that.
Elf Song
Something like
Tavern.
that, yeah.
Elf Song
Elf
Tavern.
song, the elf
Yeah.
song tavern, yeah. The elf song tavern. All right. And at this point, it is getting close to the evening. Dinner is made. And it is around this point, that you guys discover why this place is named the Elf Song Tavern. as you guys are finishing your meal, seemingly coming from nowhere, you looking around, you don't see any instruments, anyone on stage whatsoever. You hear this this faint melody, along with a hauntingly beautiful female voice, singing in Elven. Does anyone speak Elven?
Let me check. No.
Okay. All right. So Virgil, you're the only one who understands. From what you can, from it seems to be a very faint, or it seems like a very old, a very old elf song, about a this elf's struggle, between her love of the forest and the love of a stranger the love of a stranger who urges her to leave the forest and to travel the world with him. And it's a very old elf song. Not many people know about it. But in any case, what do you guys do as you guys are eating?
Tis a sad song, but I gather you've made progress with finding work for the caravan.
Yes.
We did.
And, Rue impressed the Birdman.
Let me guess. She got very interested with the birds, didn't she?
Yes.
How did you know?
Just a hunch.
He has roosters and an ostrich. Did you ever hear about an ostrich before? I've never seen one before. It was, oh my god, it was amazing.
Roll me a nature check, Virgil.
Okay then.
Nice.
18. Yeah, you. Okay, so yeah, you're familiar with an ostrich. It's not. It is indeed not a common bird. They're normally found in desert, like in deserty, in more deserty environments. But yeah, those type of birds are not commonly found. Commonly found within this within the world, within the Sword Coast. He was true to his he is true to his word. Ostriches are not typically found around here.
Quite a rare bird he's got, Len.
Yeah, it was like it had like a very long neck and a very long feet, and it was black and white and everything.
Can I use prestidigitation to make a small figure of an ostrich?
That would be
minor
more...
illusion.
Yeah, that would be more of minor illusion. Prestidigitation. That's not really a
Yeah, I
prestidigitation.
wasn't sure.
That's fair. But just imagine if you had loads of them running around the place.
That would be more minor illusion.
Yeah. But yeah. Yes.
He also had the
Imagine if
red
he had loads of
macaw and a pelican, eagles, hawks, a flamingo, emus. Did I mention he had roosters? Like roosters? See, that's gonna be so much fun.
And then you realise you yourself are a rooster.
I mean, I have red hair. They
You're
also
halfway
have.
there, then.
Yeah. And I like to what's the word? Out of character. I'm not the thing that like they all show off and cock about. And cock about. I don't know if that's the right phrase. Like do this thing with their feathers like the cats do when they're like hissing.
Like a parade around, you mean?
Yeah. I mean, this is basically what I am in character, like a rooster that parades around trying to get the attention of everyone else so that they could leave his hen alone, you know?
Oh, you're puffing up.
Yeah, puffing up, yeah. Puffing up, yeah. I mean,
that's essentially what they do. They make themselves look bigger. They like puff.
Yeah,
their feathers out.
Actually, a rooster is exactly Roo's spiritual animal, you could say. Now that we're talking about it.
I'm so glad I didn't play one of my other characters. She's petrified of roosters.
Oh no!
Yeah. But at this point, Vern kind of leans over to Selena and just whispers, "I now think her parents might have been a rooster now."
You see, she almost like caught, like, as you said that, she laughed just as she took a sip and she had like pull her cup up. She did go all over the table.
Oh, are you alright? What happened? Are you alright? I pat her on the back as far as I can reach up. Because I think that she choked on it and she started coughing. Like I'm trying to help her.
I'm good, thank you, Rue. Okay. I'm just gonna look at Virgil and just kind of give like that was horrible, but I absolutely agree look.
I even give her a point from my lay on hands just in case, so that she feels even better. Because I'm like a mama hen, protective.
You don't need to worry, Rue. Selena's alright.
Oh, good. That's good. That's good to hear.
I just caught her off guard with a really good joke right there.
What kind of a joke? No, I want to hear it now too.
Perhaps later.
Oh, okay.
When there's no food or drink to be had.
Okay. Well, in any case, you guys talk about your various experiences with the caravan and how exciting it's going to be seeing the road. But in any case, it will be because you did arrive a little bit. You arrived early. It will take a few days. It will take a few days before the caravan fully leaves after the cultist caravan arrives. Is there anything that the four of you want to do during the meantime? Because you do have a few days, of off time or a spare downtime. You have a few days downtime. That's what I would say.
I want to go to my work, my employer, and get familiar with his animals. Like, just spend time with them so they're familiar with me.
Okay.
Like, become friends with animals. Animal whisperer.
Okay. Go ahead. Okay. Let's see. All right. Go ahead and make me an animal handling check. And I will say if you ask I will say if you ask your employer to help you introduce that, it will be with advantage. So go ahead and make
Yeah, I'm definitely going to ask him to introduce
go
me
ahead.
to them.
Go ahead and make me an animal handling check with advantage.
Because I have a 0 modifier to it, so okay, 18.
Ooh. Okay. All right. So, okay. So with On telling you, in his very enthusiastic and sporadic way, he tells you about all of the various habits of his animals. The ones you should only you should let him worry about. Ones that are friendlier than others. And before long, you are acquainted with just about all of his birds, and all of them are a little bit more friendly to you now.
Yay!
Selena, Virgil, JJ.
Yeah. Not much to do with the caravans and that are much, but what Virgil will be doing some of his downtime before he sets off is getting some materials and using his 1 minute. Do I even have? No, I don't. But anyway, never mind. So in that case, what Virgil will be doing is actually using the downtime now to get his a wooden bracelet, some mistletoe, and make his arcane focus during the downtime.
Okay. And I will. Yep. And I will say. Along that time. With the. You will have to go a little bit outside of town to do that, because it can be kind of difficult with your nature-based ranger magic. It's kind of difficult to do that kind of magic like in smack dab in the middle of a very crowded and populated city, kind of detached to nature. But before long you find a small grove, and with that small amount of magic, you're able to make your arcane focus.
My druidic focus, but yeah.
Druidic focus, I meant to say. Selena, you gonna do anything? Or JJ, you gonna do anything? If you don't have anything, it's okay.
I just wanted to check what caravan I will be moving.
Okay. All right. Okay. And I will. Okay. And okay. With that. Okay. All right. So with. Okay. So after going back and talking with this guard, with the guy, the person that you fought, who identifies himself as uh,
Dog meat?
who go, no, not dog meat. That he's kind of like the one in charge, one in charge within Baldur's Gate. The one who brought you to Dogmeat. He identifies himself as simply David. Um, he leads you on, and he he takes you to a humanoid who you haven't seen him before. He looks to be maybe a perception check.
Perception check.
Yes.
16.
Okay. So you see that you are led to a human merchant. Looking at him, he looks to be maintaining more of the illusion that he is a wealthy businessman. He wears a bit he wears assumingly wealthy merchant clothing, but they are a bit outdated. His cart is a little bit on the older side that has a tarp. He comes out, goes around. I'm assuming, are you the gods I hired? David simply goes, yes, we are. Good. With all the goods I'm holding, it'll be you better be good. All these goods will make me a richer man than what I am now. All of Winterdeep will soon be dressed with my with my finest silks. All right. Well, my name is Neverite Van Werther. What names do you two go by?
I'm Jason, VJ David, and this is
I
fellow.
go by Simon.
Was that David that says that he's Simon?
Yes.
We're gonna have so much fun with the names.
All right.
And is that by any chance the silkworm merchant?
Go ahead. The what merchant?
The silkworm merchant that had the.
Go ahead and make me a wisdom check.
I roughly remember something about.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a wisdom check. Okay, 10. You see, yeah, you recall another man in expensive robes, and about halfway through the journey, him realizing that his stock was completely ruined. Yes, this is the same merchant.
So are you transferring silk, or are you transferring cocoons of silk cocoons?
Yeah, a bit of both. I have both the silk. I have both the worms themselves to keep my supply going, as well as the refined silk themselves.
Well, I do believe that you know that you shouldn't move your cocoons when they're in their cocoon state, because the cocoons will break and the quality will fall. You might lose a lot of money. But you look like
I'm presuming you are an expert on the matter. Kind of gives you like a haughty. I'm 1,000 times better than you look.
well, you can tell it already by my fine silk cloak or my fine costumes that I'm a little bit into fashion. But of course, you're a seasoned merchant. You should know what you do. As long as you pay our salary, we don't care. We will guard your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. And as I told you, as I told your employer, General, as I told your employer, your overall salary is 10 gold per 10 day, and I take care of your food. Just so long as you keep my stock, just so long as you keep my stock in check.
Well, we will assure that it will not gonna get stolen. But anything besides that, we don't have the knowledge. Let's just put it in kindly.
All right.
But
Just-
we will also keep your life safe so that you can pay us later on.
Aye. All right. Well, we're not leaving. We're not leaving for a few more days. So be off with you. Oh. All right. And with that, David kind of looks at you as are you really an expert on silks?
Of course not. But he doesn't know that. And if the silk is good, we might get off more than 10 golds per 10 days. Wouldn't you be interested in making some extra pocket change?
Yeah.
I mean, silk.
Flat rate is it's a flat rate. We get paid the same. We get paid the same whether his goods are pristine or worthless. We get paid the same either way.
Yeah, but if you get a little cut off the silk, then you can sell it a good price. A good, what's called a roll of silk. If there's a specific name for it. If you just go.
I when you are doing business as a god, when you are doing business as the god, it's generally not the best idea to steal our employers'
Oh,
goods.
don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna steal it as long as he's our employer. But yeah, if you will see.
But no, believe me. If he was not our employer, of course I would rob him blind. But it's generally not a good idea to rob our employers. It would be bad for business.
No,
I mean,
I'm not gonna rob him.
we are known as being excellent bodyguards, and I would prefer to not lose business, and as a result get stabbed and quartered by my real employers. So
No, I do believe you're missing my point here, but you will see in time. I'm not gonna rob him. He will come to us ourselves because if he doesn't take care of his silkworms, they're gonna start hatching, and he will not get any more silk than his stock. And if he doesn't take care of the worms will infest this already yarns of silk.
And again, you say you're not you say you're not an expert on silkworms.
I'm not an expert, but that's basic nature. Anything that's in a cocoon or an egg will gonna break, and especially in a hard travel like from Baldur's Gate to Waterdeep, it's not a smooth ride. You should know better.
Kind of gives you a strange look. All right.
Yeah. That's why they do it by ship and not via the road. Does he really think he's the first guy to ship silk from Baldur's Gate to Waterdeep?
All right, Mister Non-Silk Expert. All right, well, all right. You are all right. For your sake, I do hope your information about that caravan is legitimate. And
Or if you
though,
don't believe me
although,
while we're here,
although,
I can point you out the road.
though again, you come. Where specifically is the shipment coming from?
Our shipment or
No,
other
the, the kind of lean the shipment of the gold, the treasure.
the treasure is stolen from all around. You know, a small town called Greenest. It's where really a lot of salt from here, southwest, southeast, maybe.
Wait, you. But if you came from this greenest is from the south.
Yeah.
You came from the north. How would you know about that?
Oh no, I came from the south. North is where my home is. But my first point where I arrived was somewhere close to Greenest. And from here, Baldur's Gate and then Waterdeep. That's how I'm gonna move on.
But the boss says that his particular shipment was delayed for a while now.
Yeah, that's correct.
You would have had to gone through Waterdeep in order to arrive at Greenest. Why didn't you say anything the first time you came around?
I had to go. No, I didn't come in a conventional way like a boat, if you get what I mean. We have our visits, don't you?
Make me a deception check. All right.
That was for insight?
Oh, that was supposed to be hidden by the GM, but yeah.
Lol.
That was supposed to be GM hidden, but yeah. In any case, all right. Yeah, I've heard that. Well, people from Skullpot do have unconventional means of getting around. All right. Well, your business in Green's Mist. Your business in Greenest is your business, but would you happen to? Here's the thing, though. These cultists have been at it for a while now. more than likely, this isn't their only shipment. It would be nice to know. It would be nice to know where they would be taking it.
Well, do you have any information on where their headquarters are? I don't.
That. Well, that information we've been trying to figure out for a while now.
Well, it's
Like
about
we
my
honestly,
pay grade.
we didn't even know that they were bringing things by caravan until you came along.
Well, exactly, and they are very secretive, and in our line of business, it's not so good if you don't know what's going on. So we're helping each other, and if you get a little bit of the gold, even better. But
All right.
yeah, if you still don't believe me, I can just show you their other card.
Oh no.
The reason why the delays happened of caravan.
No,
And
no. You have the look of a man who has seen a lot. Not at least you believe that you are telling the truth.
I am telling the truth. Otherwise, I would be dead. I know how you deal with your informants.
Bad enough. All right. Well, I gotta get back to the boss and tell him that we met with an employer.
Okay.
Pleasure doing business with you, JJ.
Likewise. And will it be just the two of us in this cart? It's a small cart.
We will have a couple of our members in a few different carts, especially now that we know that the treasure is well, we're relying on your word that this treasure is coming this way.
Wouldn't it be better to take out the treasure before it arrives to Baldur's Gate?
Well, we don't want. I don't know what. Well, the boss said something about taking a little bit to show his higher ups, and then keeping an eye on it.
Okay.
An organization this big, and even though that this is the first shipment that we have seen, for the fact that they've been doing this a long time, there have been many shipments before this one. It's got to be going somewhere.
And you know what? I had the chance to steal a lot of their gold at one time, but because I didn't have the necessary tools, like a bag of holding, a magical bag that can store almost infinite stuff in it, I didn't get anything. But if you're being smart about it and have something like that with dimensional space, with the wizard's help, then you can steal much more than you intend to.
You might be onto something there.
Yeah. And out of game, I'm just trying to feed him these ideas that he might be at some point go solo in the future to get an extra cut from the merchant and from the dragon cultists if the right time arrives. So I'm just laying out my groundwork.
Wait for what?
For David, maybe to get pursued enough at one point of the game that he listens me more than he listens to his officers, his higher ups, and tries to steal for his own at some point. I'm just trying to
You
of some
try.
feet.
Uh,
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you're okay. I try convince him to follow you instead of the Zentarium.
Not as much as follow, but more like when he sees the opportunity, he steals for himself. Just like what I did with the silk merchant and what I'm telling him about the back of holding. So if he
Okay.
smart, he thinks he's smart, he might try to attempt something out of the Zentarium and fill his own pockets. After all, everybody here is shady people.
Okay. All right. I'll keep that in. I'll keep that in mind.
And I'm gonna turn to tower where we are currently.
Okay. All
And
right.
I do have to talk with the group at some point what I'm doing so far.
You have what? What did you say?
I should share some information
Oh.
that I.
Okay. Well, you're gonna explain to the party what you've been doing, or part of it.
Yeah, part of it at least, and then maybe we can come up with something. And I do want to share some information with Roger, especially.
Okay. Okay. So, all right. I'll say like, yeah. Next couple days passes. It's like, I'll say it's like the day before the caravan arrives. There have been some mentioning mentioning that the late carts are beginning to arrive, and at the rate they are arriving, you guys should be arriving or should be departing for Waterdeep within the next day or two. So evening approaches, and you guys have the last night within the Elf Song Tavern. Okay, so JJ, so how do you? Oh, so what do you explain to the rest of the group?
Well, I assume everybody's there on the table eating, and everybody's around the four of us. So I'm just gonna make small talk on how they find their jobs with the government once if they find anything suitable for each, and how we should keep a communication in the following days, and where each of our cars is located.
As we already know, the gnome prefers being at the back, and that was the case when I asked him myself, so that's where I'll be, which is nice. Which is nice because I can occasionally keep an eye from the frontwards from the back. But aside from that, it'll just be myself. As far as I'm aware, it's just myself as a guard with him and his
15 family members? Children?
I think I might have mentioned that.
Well, he said family members. He didn't necessarily say children.
Yeah.
Think I might have mentioned that earlier, but no, it was just family members, not all children.
I mean, you don't know. You haven't seen them yet. That's out of character.
Out of character as well, that's why he's saying family members.
This is gonna be so much fun.
Okay.
As for how we'll communicate, that is a good question. I don't think
Cards are close enough, then can come around during the stakeouts, and we can make it as a common thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, there is one other thing. We should be look out for other guards. There are some people from organizations that that I'm not really safe to deal with. And I will be traveling possibly with one of them, but nothing to worry about.
Right.
And
Are you gonna be
Yeah.
okay?
yeah, no worries. And they might to keep an eye on me, so I'm gonna try to be discreet as much as possible. But I will be around when the caravan stops for the night or for camping to rest the horses. Then I will be around. You will be able to see me. But let's find a way to communicate better in case of emergencies. If you have a way for it.
I don't have much in the way myself, but with that said, as for the dwarf and your hirer, JJ, did they mention roughly where their caravans are going to be?
If I'm not mistaken, we will be in the middle, more in the middle.
Okay, that's not so bad.
And you will be in the back, far in the back.
Probably. I believe so, yes.
Well, it's just 50 caravans strong, so we shouldn't have
Yeah,
too much
shouldn't be
trouble.
so bad. I should probably see you without too much issue. But as for Rue and Selena, did the dwarf mention where he might be?
I forgot to ask. I'm sorry.
It's okay. As long as it's not at the front, then it shouldn't be too bad. Because that way I can keep an eye on you guys every now and then.
He feels like more of a middle of the caravan type.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I think he would want to be in the middle.
Stand up.
Either to stand out or to protect his animals because they're worth a lot of money, especially the ostrich.
Yeah. Alright then. Good to know. So, at least I'll be able to spot you without too much difficulty if things happen more so in the middle. But
Okay.
And I cannot remember, but has Selena ever used something like message or any magic like that I'm aware of? I cannot remember.
Yeah. Well, our character, anyway, as a ranger, Virgil doesn't have any cantrips, and I don't have any level 1 spells, which allow for communication, so...
Same.
And even if she has messages on 120 feet, so...
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. But hey, maybe I can buy one of those parrots that my employer has and train them to talk, and they could like be a messenger parrot. If I can afford it, of course, because I'm sure they'll. I mean, he's a merchant. Of course, they would be kind of not cheap.
But let's just say you could, Rue. I'm just finding the image of you trying to train a bird rather funny.
Out of character now. I have this in my head too. Like
out of character as well. All I can think of is just this parrot or whatever bird you get just constantly pecking you on the head as you're trying to get it to stop.
I'm thinking of a red macaw. Because it was the only one mentioned that could actually talk if you teach it, and it's like a big bird, so maybe it's like the same, a little bit smaller than Roo, so they're like very, you know.
It's a tiny creature. It's like roughly the size of a crow.
So it.
Yeah, they're not super big.
I mean, I've seen macaws in scarlet macaws in real life, so I know how big they can be.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. They can reach lengths of nearly 3.5 feet long from beak to the tip of their tail.
Yeah, so that's basically she's almost the macaw would basically have a wingspan of Roo's whole body.
Yeah, it wouldn't be exactly subtle.
I mean, but if I just want to send a message to my friends, so.
If you can teach it, why not? But
yeah, let me
will
check.
you be able to teach
Let
it?
me check what other animals he had, but she's mostly interested in the macaw. A pelican, an eagle, a hawk.
Do you have animal handling?
No. I have 0. I'm not intelligent or wisdom.
Yeah, unfortunately, with for training those type of animals, for like training animals, I would say that you would need to have
a proficiency or buy one already trained.
Yeah, buy one already trained with. It was high or low.
High. Let's go for high. Yay!
Okay, he would have one. He would have one that would be trained. That would be a bit more on the expensive side.
How much? Let me see.
What would it be? I don't know. Let's see. See, I would probably say. Okay. Oh. Yeah, okay.
Maybe an employee's discount?
Okay.
Just kidding.
Okay, I have. Okay, here we go. Okay, so for. Alright, so for a parrot. For a trained parrot, I would probably say it would cost about 75 gold.
Oh, I can afford that actually.
Yeah, that's not so bad.
Yeah. I was expecting like 500 gold or something. I want it. I want it. I mean, can you imagine the chaos?
Keep in mind. Now, again, keep in mind though. It's not like a It's not a familiar.
Yeah.
You would have to take care of it.
I mean,
If it
yeah.
dies, it dies.
I mean, I'm a rooster. I take care of my chickens and my flock.
Yeah, but that means that we have to start carrying around bird feed, and you have to figure out about if you're gonna bring it into sneaky situations with us.
Yeah, because once it dies, that's it.
Yes.
It's not like a familiar in the sense.
Yeah.
If it gets hit, it's not gonna poof. It's gonna splatter.
Okay, I'm gonna wait until. I might actually take the magic initiate feat for the wizard for the familiar spell. Just because I want a parrot so much, or a rooster. Oh my god! Yeah. I'm gonna wait until our next ASI to get that. Maybe.
Okay.
Or
So-
actually multi-class into a wizard. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm gonna think about it.
On
Okay.
another note for Virgil.
No, wait, I can multi-class into wizard. I don't have enough intelligence.
Virgil, would you be, by any chance, have any idea about silkworms, their cocoons, or silk in general? You seem like an educated person.
Give us a
Make me a nature check.
yes. Okay. There you go.
Okay, so okay. So normally, um, so in regards to silkworms, like in regards to like their durability, they're actually quite hardy creatures. So long as you keep them constantly fed, they should be fine. However, they are vulnerable to infestation.
Hmm.
Um, like
They
like it's
infest?
huh?
Like, they're the infestation or something?
Something. I believe it's something infests them.
Yeah,
Is it that?
like parasites.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're more likely to get parasites instead of being a parasite. That's what I was a little confused.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, I just had an idea. What if Rue goes around the caravan merchants and everything, meeting everyone, introducing herself, and then asking how they communicate with each other to like, if the end of the caravan has some problems, how do they tell that to the
That's easy.
front?
They're signaling. That's something else, but I was mentioned.
Oh, okay.
Meaning more in between or group of four that we can. I was hoping that maybe Selena would use something like message to if there's a situation to signal us. But the caravan under normal conditions is signaling them with either something like a trumpet or with maybe the drum. So
The only thing is, I don't know how far apart we are. If we're more than 120 feet,
yeah,
then I
Yeah.
won't be able to. Um, I won't be able to. And even if we're 120 feet apart, if there's enough caravans between us that make a foot of wood, I don't know if that actually counts or not. That has to be one.
I would
Like,
I would
it
say
has
that
to
would
be
be
one thing.
that would be more of like a of an enclosed setting.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Like
So,
outside that shouldn't be an issue.
okay.
well, we can always try. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
it's not a big issue.
I have no issues trying that.
Yeah.
But it just on the side, it may not work if we're more than 120 feet apart
Yeah.
Mm.
in
That's
our
okay.
positions.
And during the travel, we will just mark where each caravan is, where the standing of the caravan is. Then we can find each other more easily after some time. I don't believe that we will have a problem there. And about the infestation and the worms, I was just asking Virgil if he knows if doing these travel, if there's a problem with it, if it can be solved after some time.
And let's see. I will say with okay and nature, and I would say um okay with that nature check, I would say that you would know that like for that kind of for the for infestation there is a yeah there is like a parasite like silk eating worms.
Mhm.
Silk eating worms that are an issue. However, they can be, they can be properly treated properly treated with a relatively with if with a relatively cheap um treatment to the silk that the silkworms themselves are unaffected by it, and but it also drives away the parasitic worms themselves.
Hmm.
However, it's only a
Temporary.
preventive a temporary measure. Um, the it would have to this it would have to be reapplied every so often,
Yeah.
which can make which can make traveling with silk difficult, especially by land if the owner or if the purchaser of the silk doesn't realize what he's doing.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, and that tends to be why silk can get pretty expensive at times because you never know if the silk gets ruined or not without you realizing. But yeah, as long as someone remembers to treat it every now and then travelling with silk shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Okay. Yeah, well, it's just an idea that I had. Probably the silkworms might be go bad, if you know what I mean. And then we could maybe hope to repair the problem or fix it
Hmm.
if that happens.
Hmm. Yeah. Just need to keep it in mind and hope your employer knows what they're doing.
Yeah. It
Right.
would be if something happens to the silk, would be the mending spell able to fix it?
Depending on the extent of the damage, yes. The mending spell would be able to work with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a cantrip, and as long as you have the materials,
Yeah.
should be okay. Casting it over and over. If, of course, the spellcasters are around to cast it.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And we should take an eye on the caravans of the persons that we are trying to tail, and there will be other people, probably other people that are gonna tail them, if I'm not mistaken,
Hmm.
because they're a big shipment of import goods.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, okay. So, night travels into day. Um, and and there is a general ruckus outside as the caravan begins to leave, or begins its preparations to leave. all of you see that that there were several new additions, several new carts. You can see that there are that there are additional 5 carts, five wagons, that have been added to the overall caravan group. All 3 of you go ahead and make me a general charisma check.
All three.
Charisma check. Okay.
All 3? Which 3?
All of you.
Okay.
You
General
said
charisma check.
charisma.
That's
Okay.
Virgil's average. Okay.
Okay.
You know, that could have been worse.
Okay, alright. Okay. Keeping that in mind for later. Okay. And all of you make me a perception check.
Perception.
Of course.
I mean,
Selena, you? No.
Sorry, perception. Yeah, hold on. It's not gonna be good, but oh, I have over 10.
yay!
A lot.
Okay.
Once again, the person with the highest perception modifier rolls a 1.
Okay.
And once again, the person with the lowest rolls higher.
Unfortunately, Virgil, this sun is in your eyes this early morning, and you're unable to see anything out of the ordinary. However, Rue, JJ, and Selena, as you walk to your various caravans, preparing to get acquainted with your new various bosses, you see that the caravan, the new arrival caravans, they seem to be very, very, very nervous, very, very cautious. Like, they are looking at everyone and everything. They're like, some of them like have their hands on their weapons at this point. And JJ, with your with your high perception check, as you walk past some of them, you can hear, "Boss is gonna kill us Boss is gonna kill us. God damn it!" And you make the connection that that the Zentarium took their cut from this caravan.
Yes.
How much you are unsure? Yeah, how much of it you are uncertain? But
I can learn it later from David.
okay, so all right, Virgil, we'll go with you first. All
Okay.
right, so after a little bit of traveling to the back of the caravan, after saying your various goodbyes to your group, for now at least, you meet up with the same old rinky-dink cart that has your new boss now, Radicare. And oddly enough, nothing has changed.
Oh, did we bring our horses? We forgot about your horses.
Oh yes, horses. Yes, the horses were brought to you as well.
Well, we should pick them up. I don't want to pay her 10 gold per horse. for just bringing them?
No, 5 gold per horse.
Yeah.
No need to pay the 20 gold. We can pick up our horses on the last day or early in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, okay, y'all would have to take the long way around. Like you have to
Oh,
go
if you're
around the
talking
city.
about that, Virgil already paid for that. Yeah. Right after we split up to go find our jobs, part of that day was going back to pay for the rest of the days we were there, and then to bring the horses to the North Gate.
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
remember that one. Yeah.
Okay.
And I've already taken out my funds.
Okay.
Let me check if I have it in my notes. No. 6. Okay, my notes are completely mixed up for some reason. Okay, I have that.
Oh, I was muted. What are y'all looking for? I didn't catch it. In the notes.
Yeah, if Talon went to talk to the guy. If I have it in my note that he went to talk to the woman to bring our horses around. I think he did.
Yes,
I know he did. I just want to see if I noted it down.
Yeah, Tara the Wood Elf.
Yeah,
Mm.
because the thing.
At the Mace Stampede stables.
Mm.
Yeah, the thing was we didn't know how long we were going to be staying, so we only paid for like
2
I
days.
think it was like 2 days, and then once we figured out we're going to be here for longer than that, I went back to pay for the remaining days as well as to have the horses come to the north once we set off.
Okay.
So we all should have our horses. That's good.
I don't have it mentioned, but yeah, we talked about it.
Excuse me. Okay.
Alright, so if you want to go,
so
I was going to say if you want to go on now.
okay. In any case, okay. So again, right. So you arrive to your boss, Radicare. But again, oddly enough, nothing seems to have changed within his cart. He is setting up his ponies. Checking across his wagon, making sure everything is spick and span for this long trek. Ah, Virgil, you're early. Good. I like people who are on time.
As promised to, Bird will have his horse as well.
All right. Give me a hand of this, will you? And
Certainly.
So you spend the rest of the day setting up his various horses. Ponies. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
Definitely.
Better than last time.
That's a little better.
A lot better. I mean, you roll a natural one.
Okay, so again, looking. All right, so again, as you are setting up his ponies, saddling them, attaching them to the cart, making sure they're all roped, you are able to get a better look inside of his cart. Again, there are no no family members. Just again, once again those various sealed pots with the gnomish writing on them. They seem to can be completely filled within this cart. There are 10 of them.
Okay. Best way to do this.
All right.
Take your
10 jars, urns,
Well, urns.
containers of some sort.
Yeah, containers.
Yeah.
Clay containers. Yeah.
I take your. I won't delve too much, but I take your family's got. I take your family's just about to get here before we set off as well.
They're already here.
Virgil kind of just looks back.
Kind of like doesn't. Yeah, they're already here, and he without really looking up.
Oh. I see. Well, okay. Well, I'm.
You seem looking a bit uncomfortable, Virgil. Is everything all right?
Oh no, I'm all right. Just making sure that we're all set ourselves. But yeah, I'm ready. I'll be by your side on horseback myself. Hopefully, we have a smooth journey to Waterdeep.
Aye. All right. Let's get this show on the road. All right. Moving on to Rue and Selena.
Yeah.
All right. And before long, once again, you hear the squawking of the birds. It's like, Selena, Rue, welcome.
Hi.
Morning.
A morning
much,
person.
Not much of a morning person, are you, my dear?
Not very. Once we
Oh,
get
morning's-
moving, I'll wake up.
Morning is the best part of the day, my dear.
Yeah, I mean, you
early-
can you see how beautiful the sunrise is?
Yes. Early to bed, early to rise, especially since my roosters always wake me up at the crack of dawn, and it's fun. And you see, he's getting a little bit strained, but
Oh, out of character, I can imagine Rue doing that to Selena, actually, now that I know that the roosters do that. Like, she's a very
Look,
morning
out of character-
person.
Out of character, but I have to say this, but out of character. That sounds like a you problem that you're waking up at dawn because your roosters won't shut up. That's what I want to say, but she wouldn't say that because he's a client that she's working for.
it was more that he was venting. But in any case,
Ah, that makes sense.
he was more venting. He's aware. But alright, but in any case, would the two of you be willing to help me feed my birds this morning?
Of course.
Everything seems to be at a very set at a very rapid pace since the last additions arrived.
Yeah, I saw them on our way here. They look, I don't know why, but they look very nervous for some reason.
Is that so?
Mm.
What accent did I get this guy last time? Oh, is that so? I think this might be it.
Oh, just
Yeah, well.
speak with a French accent. I mean, it kind of suits his character. He's like a dandyish
Yeah.
looking. I don't know. No offense meant to any
Well,
French.
in any event, I completely lost my voice for this guy. In any event, yes, come, help me with my birds.
Yeah, sure. What are their names? Like, can I say like good morning to each of them with their name and like?
Do you want to go down that road?
I mean,
50 different.
let's
Alright,
just say that when he introduced her to the
Okay.
animals before, he gave them their names and she made sure to write them all down and memorize them so that she can actually say good morning to each and every one of them as they go say hi to them.
Make me another animal handling check with advantage and add a plus 3 to the total.
Okay. That is 23.
Natural
Well,
20.
right.
Okay.
Natural. Okay, great. She was born for this.
Okay. All right. So, yep, you do that. Good morning. Good morning. And good morning. And as you go up, all right. So you go up and down, each of the various birds, and one of the, in particular, some of the parrots. In particular, one particular red macaw that looks at you, and as you say good morning, he just goes back, good morning, good morning.
Oh, he likes me.
Oh,
Uh,
gosh.
Sorry.
Yeah, and Owen is like, ooh, that's impressive. That's that is rather interesting. He's normally very shy.
He's so cute.
Yeah. I named him Tango.
That is a beautiful name.
Yeah, he's normally very shy and reserved. You seem to have made a special connection with him. He kind of looks down and thought seems to be thinking about something. Keep that in mind. Well, we have he has a very well, we must get off. We have a long journey ahead of us.
Of course.
Yeah, sure.
Where in the
Right.
caravan are we? Are we around the middle? When we start?
Somewhat. Yes, I like to be in the middle. I like to be in the center of attention.
It's
I like-
the perfect place for you and your bird.
Yes, exactly.
No, it is the perfect
Perfect
place
for
for
the
us.
birds, for the birds and for everyone actually.
Oh, it's the perfect place. It is the perfect place for everyone, where everybody can enjoy the splendor of my beautiful self, my beautiful gods, and my beautiful birds.
Oh shucks, you're making me blush.
Real, real quick, Virgil and his silkworm. They're at the front.
What?
Talon and his
Virgil.
silkworms.
Oh.
No, they're in the middle as
Okay.
well, I think.
Oh. Well, I'm getting ready to go to him. But But I would, yeah, I would say like, let me.
I didn't mean JJ. I meant Virgil.
Virgil, with the stone urns is in the back.
The back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, how
Okay.
far
No,
is
say-
he from us? Yeah.
Let me. High or low?
Hi.
What?
He's too far away
Okay.
for your message, I think.
Yes.
You'll probably at least be able to see him because he's on horseback.
Yes. You would. Yeah, you would be able to see him, but he is a good. 200 feet away. So.
Okay. Then on the way past him, when we're still getting everything ready, she'll just kind of like do a message real quick as she's going past to let him know that they're gonna be kind of far apart, and it won't work.
I mean, you can say that you need to go to the loo
Yeah, if needed.
and go like slow a little bit so that you can reach him with message.
Yeah, if needed, she'll pull back a little bit, but
Yeah.
just as a forewarning.
Like to go check on something
Don't
in the back.
expect many. Yeah, just kind of a
Okay.
like don't expect many update.
Okay. And as for JJ and Talon and his silkworm merchant, all right. So as you approach, you see David. Look at David already present. He has a change of armor now. He Okay, he's wearing a set of hearty splint armor.
Mhm.
And he looks at you, gives you a nod and a small smile. He is on his own horse.
Okay.
I'm
And
gonna go closer, greet them.
all right.
I think
okay,
that Rue should have a pony instead of a horse, because she probably won't be able to get on a horse.
It was a
Probably,
horse.
yeah.
I mean,
Sorry. You have to remember, dwarves are medium creatures, so...
I'm
they
3'6".
are. You would be like for all intents and purposes, you are still, although you are a bit on the smaller side, you are still a medium-sized creature.
Okay.
And
And I can
you
get
would
on a
still-
horse, okay.
You would be
Just-
able to get on.
If toddlers can ride horses, so can a dwarf.
I mean, I
Yeah.
can ride a
But
horse. Can I get on a horse?
If you need help,
Yeah,
we will help you get on the horse.
because
That's gonna be cute.
in dwarf cases, it's not as much that they're... It's not the case that they're short, they're small, it's more like... They're more so short, but they're...
Not as
Sturdy.
not as gymnastic.
They're very bulky in body,
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
say.
yeah.
Like, they're very wide at the same time.
Please, I'm begging you, make me do a dexterity saving throw every time I get on a horse to see if I fall off of it from on the other side.
Do you want help getting on your horse, or are you gonna do it by yourself every time?
Yeah, I think that if I fail it, I'm gonna ask for help. But I ain't gonna try every time at least once.
if you want to roll a dex check, go ahead.
Yes, please, because I have a 0 to hit. Let me try to get on a horse. Nope! I can't even reach up. I need some help over here, please.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Selena sees this and
the the horse that you were given, although he is used to you by now,
Yeah, I
he
mean,
is not as used to the massive amount of other horses and caravans after being within the stables for the past kind of days. So he's a little bit restless. He's a little bit restless, and that equates to an unceremonious fall into the dirt.
I'm fine. I'm fine. But I would appreciate some help.
Yeah, so Selena comes over seeing her fall, and she looks at her and goes, are you okay first off?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Used to it.
Would you like a boost or would you like me to get a box?
A box. Would be fine.
Alright.
Because I don't think you're strong
I have-
enough to get me out.
I have a 15. I have a 15.
Okay, try it
Alright.
then.
On kind of looks at he
Sorry, I'm laughing at the
like,
gif.
Yeah.
Maybe
Be grateful Virgil isn't there, or she'll just tell you need to stop horsing around the room.
Why don't you just
you need.
Put your-
He kind of goes up and he gives you. He motions around his cart. I think you need this more than I do, and he hands you a small stepping ladder.
Thanks, appreciate it.
And with that, you no longer have to
Dex check.
roll a dex. Yeah.
Okay.
And I could have just. Before he gets over there with the ladder, he literally sees this. He sees Selena just pick Rue up and place her on the horse.
He's still.
Because she can lift up 450. So even like when he comes over, like, I'm not trying to stop him from giving her the step stool. I'm just saying he watches her pick Rue up, just like straight off the ground, like a child, and just like plops her on a horse.
Thank you.
Alright. Okay, anyway, back to the. Alright, so back to talents. Sorry about that. Okay, so. Alright. Alright, and with that, narrow height. Alright, and actually, let me type out his name real quick. Alright. That is his name.
vendor, the silk merchant?
Yep. Alright. And with that, like, Alright. Well, alright. Oh, good, you're here.
Sure.
Alright, good. Alright, yeah, Netherite goes, good, you're here. Alright. Alright, well, with the two of you finally get on the road, we'll be close to the center of the pack. I prefer not to have my goods stolen from the outside, and with the two of you should be able to watch things from the inside from any sneaky thieves trying to steal my things.
Yes.
Definitely.
And with that, David, or as he's going by now as Simon,
Mhm.
he slowly, with that, he gives you a quick nod, and while Neverite's back is turned, he quickly gives you a note, a folded up note. opening it up is in Thieves Cant. All right, saying it takes you a little bit to respond to understand. It takes about like 10 times longer to read through than a typical message, but the gist is that dog meat sends his regards. Our cut of the treasure has been received.
Oh, that's why they looked so nervous. They were already attacked.
Yeah, well, it's pretty much what Talon gave the Zentarium the location description of this particular cart, and given their nature, it would be a bit safe to rob. So they were given. So Dogmeat gave the orders to swipe a proportion of their funds, and with that, the message further reads: portion of the cut. Just enough a portion of the cut has been received. We'll continue monitoring this cart. If it leads to further riches, we will definitely be in your debt, and that's pretty much the gist of what it says.
Okay. I'm gonna rip apart the note, then just put it in my pocket, and later on get rid of it during the road. Small by piece by piece.
All right. So with that,
finally the road.
All right. With that, the life on the road begins. All right. So here's how this particular section is going to work. Due to how many carts there are, depending on conditions, it's going to be okay. Okay. All right. So the total journey after looking at the map, it is a total. The whole journey is going to be a total of about 750 miles, or a little over 1,200 kilometers. Due to the general speed of the horse-drawn wagons, it's going to be about 15 miles or 24 kilometers per day. And all it'll be one day. Each week takes about 10 days. And with a rest day every seventh day, and for the horses and whatnot to recover. The trip is expected to be about 2 months or so. So to expedite it a little bit, unless there is You guys can tell me what in general you guys do every day, and I will kind of like expedite travel a
Montage.
little bit
Travel montage.
until until we reach
The
Certain
next, the
areas.
next part of the story.
yeah, certain areas and the next part of the story.
Um, I
So
guess.
unless so you guys so yeah you guys can tell me what you guys do over this course of the journey as um
General.
about around noon. Around noon, the party travels north from Baldur's Gate and travels into the area known as the field. Goes through the coastal way road, going through an area known as the Fields of the Dead. Um, it is it is a little bit it is arguably one of the more perilous portions of the journey. Um, see, it is one of the more perilous portions of the journey, as this particular area is a is relatively well known for being a little bit more on the monster infested side, so everyone is a little bit more on their guard in regards to in this particular area. Um, so, what do you guys uh do during this time?
Yeah.
Since Selena is kind of like the messenger, she'll kind of in the morning she'll kind of travel a little bit so she's closer to Virgil to see if he has any information. She'll do it again at night. So in the morning and then at night she'll go and check with Virgil, go a little further back to check with message, and then she'll relay information. Kind of do the same with Talon, with JJ as well.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. As for as for Virgil, not really too much you can do with his employers. It's more like a keep to ourselves agreement that we've got at the minute, but it pretty much comes down to during the mornings and evenings when we are stopping to rest and that. It's just making sure that nothing's gone wrong with the. I think it was the urns you described them, the stone things that are in the back of the cart, making sure everything's fine with them. And then, aside from that, just sticking relatively close to that wagon as I just take care of my own needs and that. In fact, when it comes along as well, if I do see any, if I see like any wild animals passing by and that, I can actually, if I get the spell up, use that once per day and see if I can get any insight from them regarding the day ahead.
Okay. First, I need you to make me a perception check.
Perception.
You want to do what? Speak with the animals around you?
No, it's one of the things that I can be doing during my downtime. Essentially, if we see passing by animals, I can cast speak with animals freely once
So
per
just ask
long rest, so I
them
can
what they've seen
so I
around
can
it.
actually use it and see what things they might have seen around, which is the
Ah,
information for the following day.
Hey, wrong game.
I
Sorry,
know.
that was my alarm going off. It was letting me know.
I was just. It's funny it cut out then because I was waiting for the do 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 do.
Oh, sorry.
That's the wrong game.
You'll be in
Yeah.
suspense for the. Well, y'all missed Navi earlier. My mom texted me about there
You
being a
got the
mountain lion.
sun's blade.
It's a mountain lion around our neighborhood.
Okay. Anyway, 11. What's
Okay. All right. So, let's see. Well, there are like the horses, the caravan animals around.
but yeah.
Okay. In regards to the fields, all right. Let's change the music up real quick. Okay. Go. All right. So, as it is promptly named, Fields of the Dead.
Not
Is it-
much, I'm guessing.
Isn't
Okay.
isn't really much in the way of actual wildlife. You do see the occasional bird fly overhead. But they are too high in the sky for them to be of any
Yeah.
use to do unless you find some way to call them down.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
that's about it.
That would have been worth a shot at least, since it is something I could have done. But yeah. But as I say, if that opportunity ever comes up later down
Yes.
the line, like once we exit the field, that is something that I would be doing.
Okay. All right. But in any case, so, JJ, what about you?
Well, I do have my daily drill that I'm gonna follow. During the day, I'm gonna talk with David about. I'm just gonna try to manipulate him a little bit to scale towards what I was telling before, and
Okay.
during the night when the caravan is stopping, I'm gonna quickly check on the other team members of the party, and I don't need to talk with them. And then when I see people, well, maybe not in the field of death, but when I see people gambling, I'm gonna join them and I'm gonna spread lies and mischievous small lies that the people from the cult of the dragon, so the specific wagons that we keep an eye on, that they are shady people, that they might try to harm people in the caravan, and that everybody should take an eye on them. So I'm gonna
Okay.
basically.
For the first part, I need. Okay, so make me a persuasion check.
More like deception, I think.
Well, you're you're not like
Not
you're
lying,
you're persuading
Yeah,
him
right.
to.
Okay,
Okay,
that's
he's
my persuasion check.
okay. 16. Okay, 16. So. Okay, so what? Okay, so what specifically are you telling him?
Basically, I'm feeding him on things like when you get the opportunity to get what you kind of get in the action, like with again they attacked the cards before when they took the cutout. He should have taken a bigger cutout for himself too. He should look out for himself beside the Zentarim. I'm not gonna never give the names at time, of course, but he will understand it. And maybe when he has the opportunity, he should always reach for the opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing big.
All right. Definitely keep that in mind. Okay, and as for the rumors
Mm-hmm.
that you want to spread around, go ahead and make me.
And I'm gonna also say that some of them stink like kobolds.
All right, I will say. Okay, I will say for that. Go ahead and make me a.
What rumors are trying to spread?
He's trying to spread deceit he's trying to spread deceit regarding the cult caravans. Trying to make
other caravans wary of them.
not like yeah.
Yeah, and the main reason is if we somehow get into a conflict with them, that they will align themselves with us and not with them. So
Okay.
just
Okay, go ahead. Okay, go ahead. Okay, I'll say for that you can go ahead and make me a deception check.
okay. 14.
Okay. All right, we will keep that in mind. Okay, so. Oh, wait. Internet froze a little bit there. Okay. Okay, so. Alright, so. Days pass within the fields of the dead. Baldur's Gate was seemingly the last bastion of civilization before this complete wilderness phase before you. You see yourselves looking in the distance, nothing but plains. Nothing but plains in every direction. Not much in the way of trees or wildlife. It looks to be. It's seemingly an endless streams of high grass. All right.
Aptly named.
And I will.
Aptly named.
Okay. And I will say, okay, so around day 5, as you guys travel down. Let's see. Selena and Rue, you would be closest to the front. 2 of you make me a perception check.
Okay.
God. I have a oh, okay.
We balance each other out. Is that a natural called natural 19 or just?
That's a natural 20.
I know, but why
that's-
are they calling it like natural 19? Because they don't have any other modifiers to it? Others, like
No.
I've seen some DMs or players say natural 19.
That's because they don't know better. It's normally just you say natural 20 or natural 1. You don't say the other.
I
Uh,
think sometimes it's because some things give you essentially a nat 20 on a 19.
no, I
So
think
that's
that Marisha said
For-
that in Critical
For
Role a few
champion
times.
fighters, they score critical hits on 19s or even 18s at higher level.
Yeah, but
yeah.
natural 19, maybe just maybe also because they don't have any modifier, so it's just natural 19, not with any kind of plus or
Anyway,
minus. I don't know.
so what we're seeing?
Okay, so
What is Selena seeing? Not me.
okay, so Selena,
Yes.
it is kind of hard to hear. It is kind of hard to hear among the coil of birds. But you hear coming from the front of the front of the cabin, or the front of the merchant carts, a horn sounding. Horn sounding, and it seems that okay. Seems that your boss hears it too. Oh dear.
What?
That
What?
sounds
What?
like trouble. You hear that? That's the general distress. That's
Oh.
the general.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Now I hear it. Yeah. Sorry. Was talking to the
That's the-
birds. Sorry.
That is the general distress signal.
Oh.
There's something wrong up ahead.
Doesn't sound good.
Gather your comrades. Go see what's going on.
Okay. Shouldn't. But what about you? I mean, we are your guards.
I'd like to be kept. I'd like to be kept informed about what's going on. Now and it's at this point that you hear a lot of screams coming from up ahead.
Okay.
Selena is going to use the message and try and send to
And at this point, all of the whole caravan
Has halted.
the whole caravan has halted. Yes.
Okay.
yeah. So Selena's gonna try and use message to let
Talon.
JJ and no, we only know him as JJ.
Okay.
But yeah, JJ and Virgil know. She tries to use message. I think Virgil's too far away. So she'll also use. Oh, it's only 10 feet away. She's gonna try and use prestidigitation to make a
To replicate the distressed horn sound.
No, she's gonna use it to do a this is surgery fix shower spark. So she's gonna try and like
Like make the others aware of our position, the other party members.
yeah,
Like,
but also
flare?
like distress. Yeah, so it's gonna be. What time of day is it? How bright is it?
It's close to the. It's about an hour. It's normally about an hour before you guys would rest for the night, for the evening.
Okay.
So about late in the afternoon.
Okay.
So not super bright. She'll do silver and like hot pink sparks in the air.
All right.
Red. Same color as Rue's hair. So we'll do silver and like the orangish red of Rue's hair in the sky to try and get Virgil's attention all the way in the back.
Okay.
And then she will also, after that, make the sound of the Hoard, just so everyone else in the back can hear.
Okay. All right. Virgil and JJ, you both see the bright flash of light, as well as a general horn that has been replicated by Selena. As the whole carts slow down and begin to hurt, you also hear some screaming coming from the front of the caravan.
Okay, I'm gonna say, David, that I'm gonna check it out, and David, you should stay here just in case with the cart. And I'm gonna check out what's happening.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm assuming that me and Rue are already headed towards that after she does that.
Yeah, with our horses.
Okay. Virgil, what do you do?
Yes. So I'm going to at least expect the gnome to know what that means. So I will have to ask him. Seems like there's stress up ahead. Though with myself being your only guard, I can respect the fact why you wouldn't want to send me off that quickly.
Are you able to see what's going on from here, from all the way back here?
Well, our character Virgil can at least try. If you'd like me to roll.
Yeah. If you can stand on top of the cart, you can kind of see. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
Don't roll bad. 25. Okay, let's go.
Okay. So with that 25, so 25, you don't see anything approaching from the sides or from the rear, but you do see stuff coming up from the front. You see what looks to be a cart overturned, with what looks to be three medium-sized creatures. Three medium-sized creatures, deep with swords in their hands, as well as a deep red skin, and you see amongst them a much larger creature, with a greenish looking skin, seeming with dreadlocks and warts, seemingly causing a rampage towards the front of this cart.
Oh dear. Seems like that we're being attacked entirely from the front, and looking at the individual, it seems it might be. Can't fully make them up, but they seem like to be some of the kobolds mentioned about from these invaders, from these city attackers.
You're certain it's just from the front.
Yeah, I'm seeing nothing from the sides and back.
All right. Well, if you're only going from the front, go up there and see what you can. I'll defend my family from here.
That's fine.
Go and see
Do you
if you can.
Do you have a means to message me if something goes wrong?
He kind of looks around. He takes he jumps into his bag, takes out a piece of paper. He takes a piece of paper from looks to be a magically or a bound journal of some kind. Presses it into your hand. This is a magically enchanted. This paper is magically enchanted. Anything I inscribe it into the anything I will it to inscribe will be placed in that diary. I'll message you that way if anything goes wrong.
Great. As you say, stay in the back of the wagon with your family, and if something goes wrong, message me and I'll come riding back to you.
Alright.
And then Virgil will get off once he's relayed that message.
Okay. Alright, so before long. Alright, so before long you guys reach the front of the caravan. And you see the far up front, one of the carts overturned. You see a small group. You can go ahead and put your tokens like around here.
So around the southish area, did you say?
Yeah, around
Okay.
the southeast area.
Okay.
All right. Then you see a guard and a merchant cowering behind another cart, looking at the group that's causing havoc at the front of the cart. You see these reddish figures in a more clear light. They are not kobolds. They are instead a bit humanoid size. Recognize them as hobgoblins. Nasty little creatures, as well as the large creature that is currently in the process of demolishing the fruit within this particular cart. A big old nasty troll.
Yeah, oof.
Guys, merchant goes around. Hurry! They're destroying my cart! Hurry! Deal with them!
Yeah,
No
going.
need to...
No need to shout. And let them know of our position. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
okay. Roll initiative for you. I was just about to...
Alright, and with that, roll initiative.
get that one.
Damn it.
Sorry.
Ooh.
We suck at initiative. I have +8.
I have +0, so
I only have a +3.
I have a +1.
I have a +5 if Tilgwyn, because she has max dexterity.
Okay. Oh. Alright. Okay. With that,
Everyone else goes before us. Very great. Great.
alright, okay, so with that, one of the of the hobgoblins who seems to be a bit more showier, a bit more flashier than his two underlings. Any one of you speak Goblin?
No.
I don't believe so.
No, but I speak Orc. That's not going to be very
Okay.
helpful.
Okay.
No, I don't. Okay.
Okay. All right. So with that, okay. So during his turn, um, okay, okay. With that, he seems to he utters some orders to his, or orders some strange what looks to be commands to his underlings, like and with that the two other hobgoblins kind of like raise their swords and like yeah and that he ends his turn, does some kind of thing, and the troll, still eating stuff out of the cart, really too busy to notice anything else. Talon, you go first.
Okay, I'm gonna move 30 feet here. I'm gonna draw my short bow. And I'm gonna shoot this one, the one in the right, just in front of the troll. With my short bow.
Okay, this one right here?
The one on the right behind.
Okay, yeah, okay. Alright, go ahead. Okay, go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Attack. 24.
Okay, 24 hits. Go ahead. Alright, so 9 damage. With that. Took a beating, but he's not down just yet. Let's see. The guards are not going to react this round. Rue. What
Yeah.
do you do?
I'm going to have 25 feet of movement. Going to move over here.
Oh wait, no. Actually, wait. No, this I forgot to mention. Okay. This one 5, 15, 20, 25. This one. Okay, so this one is going to take out his own longbow and retaliate in time against you, Talon.
Okay. I should have bombs.
Okay. All right, and with that, the hobgoblin captain like issues a command. What is your AC?
And my AC is 17.
Okay. And even with that command that the hobgoblin made, the hobgoblin captain made, seemingly telling his underling to fire in that direction, you're still just able to dodge out of the way as the arrow barely nicks your shoulder, but dealing no real damage. Alright, now it is your turn, Rue. I apologize.
I am going to move over here.
Okay.
And then dash over here. And do Channel Divinity Champion Challenge.
Okay. Can you put that down? See what it does?
Yeah, trying to. Yeah, okay.
Okay. Each creature within 30 feet must do a wisdom save on fail. Creature can't move more than 30 feet away from you. Okay. And with that, the
Yeah,
hobgoblin.
only this one
Um,
here,
Okay.
I think.
Yeah. And all right. And with that, okay. And with your challenge, he immediately loses his focus. Loses his focus on JJ, and instead laser focuses onto you.
Hi, I'm Rue.
He is focused on you now.
Yay. At least because that means he's on focus on either him or me.
Okay. Okay, let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Alright. Okay. He's going to take out his he's going to take out a long sword that he has in his hand, and with two hands brings it down, up, crashing on you, hitting with a 22.
Okay.
As it seemingly jams right through your armor, dealing a total of 8 slashing damage.
Okay.
As it is able to go through your defenses and deal a sizable slash to your chest. Okay, Selena, your turn.
Okay. She's going to kind of like go, oh, my bad. Not, oh. How was that? Hold on. Alright, so she's gonna run around behind JJ, and then, he's just eating from the cart, right? He hasn't really noticed us.
Go ahead and make me a perception check. Real quick.
Okay. He has no idea.
Nope.
But this is the guy that's been yelling at the other two, right?
Yes.
Okay. Saying that, knowing that, he... She shall cast Chaos Bolt. Please don't fail. There you go. 19.
A 19 hits.
The troll?
Right.
No,
The
captain.
dude.
Okay.
Haha.
Nice.
10 points of cold damage.
Okay.
So it looks like a ball of ice. So when she casts it, it's kind of changing colors, and it almost looks like it's changing textures. And then as she throws it, and it goes flying past Drew and the other two towards him, it turns to like this silvery white, and it almost looks like snow until it hits him, and then it just kind of crystallizes along him and does like similar to her ice knife, and seems to almost create silver scales on him.
It's like ah! And with a rough shake, it hits him right in the shoulder. It impacts. The ice kind of like grows around him and kind of like partially freezes up his sword throwing arm. Grunts in pain for a little bit, steps back a pace, but with like a quick forceful jolt and smack. with his sword. The ice shatters. Seems you have definitely gotten his attention now. Okay, Virgil, your turn.
Yes, definitely, and I will just get this up and just double check the spell that I wanted to cast. Okay, interesting that. What Virgil will do is first off spend his 30 foot of movement. Getting himself to this tile right here.
Alright.
Then next, I'll be spending one level 1 spell slot. I'm just going to draw the dimensions out right now. Right there.
Oh, okay.
So, I would like the captain and the troll to make a strength saving throw for me.
Alright. Okay.
And the DC is 12.
Okay. Alright, so the hobgoblin. What is the spell, by the way?
Entanglement.
Okay, so.
If they fail the DC, they become restrained.
Okay. Alright, so the hobgoblin captain kind of like looks around. You see the vines growing around his ankles and his wrists, trying to like pin him to the ground, but with once again that surge of strength is able to easily break free of the roots. The troll, however, is too busy eating his spoils to realize that he has to realize the thick vines that he is the thick vines that are growing around his ankles. And with that, as he brings what looks to be a large melon to his hand, a vine grabs around his hand, and he grabs out of his hand. He's like,
No, that was my melon. But yeah,
he is restrained.
Right. Well, regardless if they pass or fail, that square is considered difficult terrain.
Okay.
And that's it regarding the spell, and that's my turn.
Nice.
Okay. Alright, top of the round. Alright, top of the round. Guard is going to come and take and attempt to take a spear shot at this particular hobgoblin. Oh, hitting with a 22 to hit, and it impales him right in the chest. And with that, he stumbles to the ground, tries to get back up, but with the arrow that he had, as well as the spear in the chest, he's lost too much blood. He falls over dead. Then the captain, 10, 20, 30.
Yeah.
Let's see. He is going to take a large crossbow that he has, aims it towards you. Aims it towards you, Virgil, and attempts to take the shot.
All right. AC 17.
Okay. Missing, unfortunately, as his shot goes wide. All right, and that's his turn. Okay, guard number 2, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's going to try and jam his spear into this particular goblin, but he misses as it clinches through his armor. The troll.
It can use its action to make a strength check to try beat my DC.
Yeah, he's miffed now. He's going to try and make a strength check to get out of it. What's your DC?
12.
Okay. This time he's able to break free with a 13.
Excellent. Okay.
Barely.
And let's see. And does he still have his movement? Yes, he still has.
Yeah, he still has his turn. He just has to spend his action to
Okay.
break free.
Okay, so 10, 20, 30. Yeah, he's now looking around at the battle now, and he sees that there is combat afoot now. All right, Talon, your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna first move my 30 feet. I believe Gru can handle this one. So I'm gonna shoot this captain.
Okay.
Oh. And that's my shot. 19.
A 19 hits.
And it is just a 9.
Okay. 9.
Then I'm gonna use bonus action dash to move 10, 30, another 30 instruction.
Okay. All right. Final guard. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Spear against this goblin, but he misses as well. Rue, your turn.
I'm gonna move 10 feet over here so that I get an advantage, right? Flanking.
Yes, you do.
And I'm gonna spear it with a stick. I mean, with my spear.
All right.
I'm gonna poke him with my spear in the butt. 22.
22 hits.
That is 7 total.
Okay, 7. All right. And with that,
I'm
he
here.
turns-
Yeah, can you see me from down here?
All right. He turns around and strikes you.
AC 20.
All right. He hits with a 20,
Okay.
dealing a total of 6 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And JJ, make me a. Actually, no, those aren't there. Actually, yeah, JJ, make me a perception check.
Perception check.
Yeah, real quick.
7, yeah.
Okay. All right, we'll keep that in mind. All right. Right, Selena, your turn.
Okay. She seeing that Ruth got that pretty much handled. she'll come over here to this rock, and once again, I'm gonna do it. She's gonna cast chaos. No, she's gonna actually try and cast ice knife at big dude.
The troll, yep.
Yeah, 23.
Whenever I'm done, I'm almost done. Okay. Sorry about that. My sister was asking me something.
Ice knife at the troll.
Okay. I've had the troll. Okay, a 23 hits.
Okay.
Okay, a 23 hits.
And DC 13.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And a dexterity DC 13.
Both of them have to. Both of these guys have to roll that.
Okay. All right. Okay. The hobgoblin is able to deftly dodge out of the way. But the troll unfortunately does not. So he takes the full brunt of that damage. So all right. So the
Nice,
Five.
11
Okay,
damage.
So the troll takes the full 16 damage.
Hold. I think it's missing. How the 2d6. Yeah, hold on. It's missing my the where is it? As part of being the draconic, it adds
Oh,
to that type of magic, and hers is cold. Um. I think it's a plus.
Right.
Oh, but no, that is that's
'Cause I don't
that's
see
that's
it
the
on there.
that's the elemental affinity. I believe you don't get that until you're level
Do
6.
I not have that yet?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't. You don't get that until you're level 6.
That's
Right,
what was throwing me off.
guys, I'm sorry to say this, but it's round 6 now, and that's when I'm having to go, like I mentioned at the beginning of the
Oh,
session.
Oh yeah, I'm actually about to have to go too. I have to take my dogs out before.
Yeah, so what I'd say is at least resolve
Okay.
this turn, note down
Okay.
Virgil's up next, and then say we pick up next time.
okay. All right, that's good. All right. So okay, I'll okay.
Yeah.
So all
But
right.
anyway,
so,
I've just got to go quickly. Nice playing with you guys. I'll speak to you later.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Okay. All right. So in any case, so yeah, he takes the full 16 damage. Six. What? Okay, there we go. Okay, minus 16. And the minus 5. Okay. All right, and well, it was originally Virgil's turn. Okay, we can go ahead and do that next week. Though I will say, at the top of the round, JJ, you hear some rustling, some rustling coming from the bushes from behind you,
Ouch.
as 3 more hobgoblins appear. Fortunately, they failed. They failed against one of them failed against your perception check, so you are
He
not
fa-
surprised.
he
this round.
felt 7 perception. Great. He fa-
Well, one of them crit failed. So
nice.
all right. So, but in any case, we will.
We keep it up next week.
yeah, we will pick it up next week.
No.
Sounds good.
This was fun.
Yeah.
Good session.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm so happy I found my roost spirit animal. A rooster. I mean, it actually fits into her character.
Yeah, dude, looks just like acts just like a rooster. That's so funny. All right, well, anyway, good session, guys. Hopefully we'll be able to continue this next week.
Yee.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, have
Bye.
a good one, guys.